exhale. Dodgers hang on there, 3-2, the final over the Padres, back into a first-place tie.
4-game losing streak, but this is the least amount of runs they scored during the 4-game losing streak, so they get it done with 3, and why is it? Clayton Kershaw set the rhythm, and the bullpen did the job.
And tomorrow they hand it to Blake Snell. He was really impressive last weekend.
Very impressive. A lot of swing and miss, and Blake Snell going against his old team, he's going to be motivated.
All right, so the Dodgers and Padres play game 2. It's Snell for the Dodgers. It's Dylan Cease countering for the Padres at 6:10 tomorrow night.
Hey, Oscar, of course, when you guys look at what the last few days have looked like, you knew this wasn't going to be an intense match. You guys came in this 1 game behind. Did this game feel a little bit different, and did it feel like a must-win to get back on track?
Not really. We've been struggling basically the whole season. Injuries, guys struggling on the play, guys struggling on the mound. But we're still confident that we can still win the division, that we can play a good baseball. It hasn't happened, but today was a really, really good baseball. Kershaw was pitching really good, and the offense was there when it mattered. So little by little, I think we're going to get it.
Yeah, little by little you guys are building. But tell me about Clayton Kershaw. Of course, he comes in, he sets the tone. But how impressive was this stuff today?
I mean, he's a legend. That's the thing that he can do. Even when he don't have the power of the fastball, he knows how to pitch. He knows how to control the game. And we just got to follow him and just trying to give it the best chance that we can.
You guys did that, giving him some run support. Your home run proved to be the difference in this game. What were you looking for in that at-bat?
Honestly, nothing. Just trying to be ready, trying to get a good pitch, put it in play, get on base for the guy behind me. I haven't thinking too much lately, so just trying to find my rhythm and trying to get a good stretch and going into the playoff.
Well, hopefully that swing can put you in a good spot. Hey, Oscar, congratulations on this win today.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Wait, just when you look at this outing, first, what was kind of working so well for you?
Yeah, it was a good night. I think my slider was better tonight. I was able to throw for strikes a little bit more. Still falling behind too many hitters overall, but thankfully my slider just had a little bit more bite than it has the last few games, and able to get some foul balls. And they hit some balls hard on the ground. So Freeland made some great plays. Freddie made some picks. So had the defense pick me up there too, which is always huge. And they're a team that doesn't strike out a lot. They work the count. They have good at bats. So you just you can't really let off the gas. You just got to keep going 1 through 9. They have a good lineup, especially at post-trade deadline. So you just got to make pitches.
Your approach going into games is you compete. It's relatively the same, but is it different when you are going into a game like today? You guys are a game back in the division, lost 4 straight, and just looking to kind of get the team as a whole back on track.
I mean, I think when you've done this, as long as we have, it's August now. You try and treat every day the same, but and then hopefully the situation just helps magnify everything. So it's a game in August. Obviously, it's not that huge a deal, but the way we were going, it felt like a big game for us, and thankful we got a win tonight.
It was tonight just to maybe play maybe right baseball overall to get that some sort of like impact that game.
We're due. I mean, I don't know. I think it's just the way it goes sometimes. I think baseball's hard, and when you play every day, things can spiral pretty quick. So maybe just coming home, having an off day to reset, and playing a good game. It just takes one to get going, and hopefully this was it tonight for us.
Is there something about being able to pull out that kind of game, the kind of game you guys have lost over the last couple of weeks, is just kind of serving as that reset and try to move forward here?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's hard to say because you don't want to put too much merit in us losing a bunch of games. I don't think that's who we are. So I don't want to say that, hey, we're reset now. I think we were fine. I think we just played some bad games, and I think we're fine moving forward. Our guys are going to continue to throw the ball well. We're going to get big hits like Teo did tonight, and just go from there.
You guys scuffled a little bit with Max on the injury list last night. To see the team win tonight without him, what do you guys have to do to keep that up? What was the void last time that you guys have to fill?
Yeah, Muntz is a big part of our lineup. Obviously, he always has a professional at bat. Hits the ball hard, hits the ball over the fence, takes his walks, plays good defense at third. So, I mean, it's not easy to replace that. It's just everybody can't try to do more than they're capable of. Just kind of stay in your lane, and Free and Miggy and, some of these other guys that are going to play infield will step up for us like they're capable of, and we'll be good.
Can playing a team, that's been kind of surging like the Padres have been, bring out the best in you guys, even though it is still August, but there are some more stakes?
Yeah, you'd hope so. I think, it's been, it's going to be a fun 6 weeks. The Padres are going to be right there. We're going to be right there. We got a lot of games against them in the next 10 days, obviously. So, the division isn't won or lost in the next 10 days, but it will make an impact, and we know that. And I don't know how to say it and not sound cliche, but we just got to keep playing. There's just nothing else to do. We can't put anything more on it, any less on it. Just keep playing the game, and just hopefully our talent and our team will take over, which we know it will.
Given these circumstances, do you come into this with feeling kind of a responsibility to give them 6 innings, to give them?
I have felt that way.
Yeah.
No, I just try to pitch well as long as I can. Yeah, yeah.
Doc said he expected the intensity and focus for you guys to be, elevated today against the Padres. Did you feel that while you were out there?
Yes and no. I don't know how to. It's August. It's not the end of the world, but at the same time, it's an important game. So we played well tonight, and we'll come back tomorrow and try to do it again.
These last 3 starts, you've got 6 innings, you've had good results. What do you think is behind that, and do you take any particular validation just being able to tap into that, especially like at this stage of the season?
No, it's just what you're supposed to do. As a starter, you're supposed to pitch well, and when it's your turn, step up. And our rotation's getting healthier, and we got a lot of guys that can throw the ball really well. So I just want to do my part.
Just to get back to playing a baseball game, playing Kershaw, setting the tone, seeing the offense get going, how do you describe this win and how you were able to see everyone get back to relay?
We had the right guy on the mound tonight. I think we all know that, and what he did for us tonight, not only just the compete, but the stuff. I just thought he mixed really well. Missed bats, got soft contact, efficient as he always is, and getting us through 6 innings was huge to set us up for the rest of the series. And, Clayton set the tone, throwing up a 0 in the first, and big outing by him. I think so. I think, you're looking at the way we deployed the bullpen, and we didn't use Blake for an up-down because it wasn't Game 7, and we're steadfast on not using him for an up-down, even given his usage, especially given his usage recently. So feeling that Diaz can come in there and handle that lane to then have drive behind, I felt good about it, and still have Blake on the line for tomorrow. But yeah, I think that you saw how we managed the game tonight, and Teo came to life with a big homer right there, and I just thought we played a really good game. Freddie made that play early, but just some really good things and just a really well-played ball game. I think it was a high-intensity game, but it was certainly kind of tempered as far as internally, but I think that I could see it as far as on the field. I could feel it. And our focus was keen, and, they pitched really well. I thought we pitched really well, and it was just a well-played ball game. Yeah, we needed it. And you can see even that, we caught a break. Obviously, Manny's a Gold Glover over there, and we caught a break right there on the bunt from Rojas. So it was just good that we took advantage of it. Situation, we were good right there, but we needed that one. I just thought that, he got a fastball belt high, and he just took his good swing, and he can do that. He did it to Cease last year in the postseason, and so I just. It's an easy bet that when the stakes get higher, Teo's going to really show up for us. He's going to go to Denver. I just felt that we have to. I just think that we got to take care of him. I think that he could have went out there. It was my decision to get him out of the game, and where they're at in that part of the order, we have other guys that have to do their job too. And so for me, for Clayton to give us 6 strong innings of 1-run baseball, he did his job. And so for me, there was no reason I felt that I needed to push him more.
Well, what does Max do that impacts the lineup so directly that maybe people don't see?
Well, I think that if you're talking about Pages, Teo, Smith, Max just has that balance in the lineup as far as another threat left-handed, but also handles left-handed pitching, and he just has the ability to get on base, and he's a threat. And so now without him, other guys just got to step up. And so we're going to see a slew of right-handed pitching. There's going to be right-handers coming out of the pen, and our right-handers have got to be better. And that's just kind of, all it comes down to.
Dave, is there something you've seen from Alexis Diaz since he's been here that gave you the confidence to use the Blake Trinan bullet earlier and have him in reserve for the ninth?
I just felt that was the game right there. And we needed to put that game to bed in the eighth. And I felt right there, Blake was our best. And going against their best hitter, their hottest hitter, I felt we needed to use him right there. And then I felt, again, comfortable with the lane afterwards to have Jack behind him.
Clayton doing what he did tonight. I mean, a veteran pitcher like that has sort of an aura about it. I mean, how much does that make a difference, sending a guy out in a situation like this when you're trying to break a losing streak, sending a guy out like that with the idea that it's going to get done?
Well, I mean, like I said it before the outing. I said he's the perfect guy for tonight. He's a guy who's pitched in, many, many big ball games, understands the responsibility of it, what's needed of him in a particular night, and he delivered. So, I don't know. I just think that it's just the belief in the person, the player, that I felt very convicted about him pitching well tonight.
Yeah, clean game, crisp, clean game. Wani was fantastic. It's exactly what we were looking for. Grabbed the top of the order when it got Freeman. Randy, the 2 runs got him a little bit, but he was able to get us into the 6th. And, outside the homer from Teoscar on Estrada, the bullpen was good and able to keep it right there. We just weren't able to get on top.
Yeah. Clayton Kershaw, just at his age and what he can do at this point and all the injuries that he's battled through, the guy can still pitch, it looks like.
Yeah, no, man, that's, a ton of respect for, future Hall of Famer Clayton Kershaw. I mean, the fact that he's gone through what he's gone through and still has a desire and passion to compete, in his 18th season is quite frankly admirable. And but we were in a competition. He competed very well. Added, subtracted, and we had a couple swings on Mariano. Good swing, but he did his part for sure.
One of the turning points of the ballgame may have been the bump by Rojas. A little bit of a different inning if Manny's able to hang on to that one. Great effort on his part.
Oh, great effort. I mean, just right off the end of his glove. Yeah, I mean, that's an out, and they're still at first and second, so the base is loaded. It's different, but, talk about effort. That was a great effort. And our guys gave it tonight. I mean, how about Fermin in the second? I mean, this guy's literally running through a post and, to go after and grab an out. So effort's there, intention there, and competitive spirit's there, and we'll be ready to go tomorrow.
How is Fermin doing after that?
He stayed in the game. He's one tough kid, man. I thought it was his shin. I guess he got one of the cameras. It's not the safest space. But gosh, man, when it hit, I mean, full bore, I thought maybe his sternum or his ribs, but looks like he's going to be fine.
Now that we've seen kind of the way you pieced together pitching-wise after putting King on the IL, how did you settle on that strategy, going with Peralta at first and going to Vasquez there?
Well, we just look at it more holistically, let's try to figure out a way to get into the 5th or 6th inning and, keep it right there. Of course, we'd rather have a lead. It's really more about, getting Wani to a certain point, which he did his job, and then getting Estrada. And then Estrada was, pretty fluid, actually, relative to the score. And he did a nice job, but once we got to the top of the lineup back in the 6th, it was time to go ahead and take that down. And, if Jeremiah didn't have 3 days off in a row, we don't ask him to go back out, down a run. But, at that point, he's been able to be efficient with his pitches. And Yuki came in and finished that inning off. And then the next point, we score. And, again, you got Miller. We're not going to do that every night. But when you have guys that are, 1 run down with 3 days off at the top of their order, and we like where our bats are. We took a shot to keep it right there, and Mason did his job, and knowing we still got, Morhone at him and Suarez fresh, and, Miller should be able to come back tomorrow. So every game is going to be very different, and today we put it together and did our best to keep it close, and we gave up 3 runs, and, they pitched pretty well too.
was more shin for me, not knee.
It was more shin, yes, sir.
Knee's fine.
Knee appears to be just fine, yes.
Are you surprised that Teoscar home run went out? It looked like a line drive home run.
That's one strong dude, man. I mean, I've seen that guy, especially that part of the ballpark. He seems to be able to do that against us. But no, I wasn't overly surprised. I was disappointed, but I wasn't surprised.
All right, Cal, so WBC. How was that moment for you, man, just to be a part of that and be able to represent the country?
Yeah, it was a great, kind of like the bucket list item, you know, be able to wear your country across your chest and represent them and be able to play with that group of guys, something special, and it's definitely a memory that I don't want to ever forget.
I love it. So, you know, I was just looking and I remember I asked you last year your Mount Rushmore, right, of outfielders. But if you could put together the perfect outfield with current players and you're in that outfield, who would be the two other outfielders you want out there with you? Non-teammates.
Non-teammates?
Yeah, because that's easy. These guys here are great.
Man, I guess you go with Trout and Mookie. That those guys are the perennial guys, and if you could say teammates, I'd put Harp out there, and but I mean those guys are pretty dang good too.
I love it. So when we talked around this time last year, or actually when you guys came here, the team was around 500. You said all it takes is just a little push, and you guys are going to get there. Well, you got to the World Series, right? What is the expectation going into the season? Because you guys made big moves to improve the team.
Yeah, I would say our expectations are the same. That we want to reach the end goal. We came up short last year, but there's steps along the way, and we have to achieve those steps. So, we're kind of focused one day at a time, and we're going to go from there. Obviously, we want to try to come away with the win tonight, so we got to focus on that, then focus on the next day after that. But we're not going to look too far ahead. We're not saying that we're going to reach the end or whatever it is. We got to take it a day at a time, and we'll go from there.
All right, two more questions real quick. So with this new pitch clock, for you as a hitter, how does that affect you? Because I know with pitchers, they said it's just fast pacing, really no time to sort of just breathe. For you, how is that for you as a hitter?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an adjustment. I think if you ask us at the end of the year, I think you'll get a better answer out of us just because it's something new right now. So we're all, hitters, pitchers, everyone's getting used to it right now. And especially you're seeing the first week of games, it's real competition. So, I think if you give us, even about a month or a month and a half, we can give you a better answer.
I love it. Last question. So back to that WBC deal, just to be enabled. The baseball's so talented. You probably faced some teammates. Obviously, Taiwan was out there from Mexico. Just seeing the Trout-Ohtani deal, how was that for you, man? Because we're talking about guys that many people deem as probably some of the best in the league, and they're actually teammates facing each other.
Yeah, I guess that, people who write the scripts couldn't script it better. But
it's a movie, yeah.
That was. I mean, heck, I wish it was in a tie ball game than it was in a one-run ball game, you know what I mean? But, I mean, to have those guys go face each other, especially 2 outs, 9th inning, that's what people wanted to see. That's what people wanted to watch. And, you saw the best go at it. And, it was, that's like the snapshot that I guess you just won't forget.
I love it. Well, Cal, man, good luck this season, man. Hope to see you soon. We'll be talking again, all right?
All right, thanks.
Appreciate you.